Hi, this is Randy with Excel for Freelancers, and in this week's part 2 of the Set It and Forget It Excel training, a fully automated earning system, we're going to show you how to add subscribers onto this sheet automatically as well as unsubscribers, and we're going to take the opportunity to show you how to build an unsubscribe link so the users who get your emails can easily unsubscribe at a click of a button. It's going to be a great training. We're going to incorporate Google Sheets. We're going to work on a WordPress site, and we're going to work on forms. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, let's get started. We've made a few changes from part 1. All over on the right side, you'll see we've added some additional links. We have the original XML product link that has not changed. However, I've added 3 additional spaces for links here. We have a Google Sheets subscriber link, and this is going to help us link to our current sheet, as well as a Google Sheets unsubscriber link because we want a table of subscribers and a table of unsubscribers, as well as we have a Zapier unsubscribe webhook, and this is going to help us with the unsubscribing of users, building that link into emails. So we're going to go over that step by step with you. And also we've added the unsubscribe variable here, so that should help you out, so we can show you how that works as well. And we've added some additional code to the VBA. So let's go ahead and go into the VBA and take a quick look, a review of what we have code. We have the create emails code, and we've added some additional macros to this, and we have our subscriber connection. We've added 3 macros to this. We have a refresh subscribers, which basically just refreshes the subscribers list on a new sheet. We have a refresh unsubscribers, pretty much the same. And we have an update main subscriber list. So we're going to go over those with you in detail. Just wanted to give you an overview of the 3 new macros that we have on this. And I've also created 2 new sheets. So right now they're just blank sheets. We have a subscriber database and we have an unsubscriber database. And also in our subscribers, which is original, we have a send emails, and this is going to be, we're going to be adding a formula, match formula on this to help us decide whether we are having specific emails within the unsubscribe so that we know to send or not to send to our subscribers based on their email in the unsubscriber list. So that's going to help us. Let's go ahead and get started. First of all, well, we want to have these lists. So let's go ahead and create these lists, and they're going to originate in Google Sheets. So let's go ahead and create 2 Google Sheets for us. So those are going to help us. Let's go ahead and go into, I've got my Google Drive, and we'll create just 2 different sheets. So we'll create a new Google Sheet here, and we'll call it, since we're using books, our sample from books subscribers, okay, subscribers. And then we're just going to create a very simple list. I just want really name and email. Just want 2 fields, that is it. So we're good on that one, and I want to go ahead and basically do the same thing for an unsubscriber list. I want a name and I want an email. So we'll do that as well. And we'll call it books unsubscriber list. Books unsubscriber list. Okay. And also we just want name and email as well here as well. Okay. Now we've got those 2 fields and we're good to go. Now what I want to do is I also want to create the ability to add to those lists, and I want to create the ability, I want to create a few ways in which users can opt in or subscribe into our list. One of which is through WordPress sites, so I'll show you how we do that. If you're not familiar with WordPress, you don't have your own website, hold tight. I'm going to show you a way to do that with forms, even if you don't have a WordPress site. So don't worry about that, but if you do have a WordPress site, it's a great opportunity to get a look at how we can create a form. And I'm going to use a plugin called Elementor. It's a page builder plugin. If you're not familiar with this, it's a free download. They also have a pro version with the forms. I am using the pro version. I'll include the links below, so if you want to get your hands on this, you can as well. So we'll just go ahead and create a new page, and this is in the WordPress site. We're venturing off Excel today, going into WordPress, but why not? So we're going to click Add New, and we're going to create a new page, and we'll call this Free Excel Booklets. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit this page with Elementor. That is our page builder. And we'll go ahead and click on that and let Elementor load for us. And that's going to give us a pre-designed template. I've already got a header and footer. And then the middle section is going to be empty, and we're going to build on that. Basically, all I want to do is I want to add a picture and a form. I just want to keep it really basic now. It's not going to be, I'm not going to win any design awards for websites, that's for sure, but at least you can see how it's done. So what we'll do is we'll just create a new column here, so a new section here, simply by clicking that. And what I'll do is I'll create a double section so that I have my picture on the left and the opt-in form on the right, so that'll be 2 columns. And so all we'll do is we'll enter a picture into the column on the right. So I can click on here, and then this will drag the images right in here. And then all we want to do is just choose an image. I'm going to keep this very basic. So I have a book already here, so just a picture of a book, just some idea. And then I want to put the form in here. So let's go ahead and back into where all of our columns are. And there's some really great training videos on WordPress and on Elementor. So you, if you're interested in this, there's plenty on YouTube for you to look up to really get in the details of this and show you how it works. And let's go ahead and click on the form, and we will add a form to this. There's many different forms. Let me go ahead and show you the list. So this is basic, and then we have pro, and what we'll do is we want from the pro, we're going to put a form in there. And that pretty much gives us what we want. I want name and I want email, but I don't want messages. So these are the 3 items we have here. We can delete message. We don't want that. All we want is name and email. And the idea is basically what I want to happen is when the user puts in their name and when they put in their email, I want it to send a webhook to Zapier. Zapier is going to send something to our Google Sheets. It's going to send us our name and email here, and then we're going to bring that into Excel. So it's kind of a multi-step process, and it's a really important process because you can use this. It's very powerful, and so there's so many ways to do it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. And name is here. We can add lots of styling to this if we want. We can increase and decrease the font. I'm just going to keep it really basic right now. We can update the buttons, but I want to just show you. So when we submit the actions after, what we want to do is if we want to get an email, like if the email comes to me, like I want to alert when someone submits a form, so I would include that. But right now I don't want an email. I just wanted to send a webhook. So I'm going to click webhook. And then what is the webhook that we want? We put our webhook right in here, but we need to build that webhook first. I need to get that webhook from Zapier. Zapier is going to tell me what the webhook is. We have some training on Zapier, so if you're familiar with that, we have had some, and we'll go over it again. Let's go into let's pause this, and we'll go into Zapier here, and we're going to make a Zap, and we're going to get a webhook. So we'll click on. I'll include links for Zapier as well, so you can have that. It's a free tool, up to about 5 different Zaps, and then you would pay for it. But we're going to start out with a webhook, and then we're going to go from a webhook to Google Sheets. So the first thing we want to do is a webhook, and we're going to catch a hook. We're going to click Save and Continue. And then we're going to skip this next step, which is pick off a child, so we don't need that. That's not important. And then now we're going to have our webhook. Now we have it right here. So we're going to copy this. This is what we want. This is part of the webhook right here. So we're going to copy that, and we're going to go back into Excel, and we're going to copy that webhook right here. But it's not completed yet. I need to add both the name and the email onto that. And if you add here, you put in we'll put in a question mark. It always starts, and then name equals. And what does the name equal? Well, it equals the form field. Let's look at our form fields here. Name, and then click Advanced. This is what I want, short code. I know I'm moving fast, but I want you to basically get the idea. There's plenty of great training on this, and of course if you want me to train you on this, I'm happy to, but I try to focus on Excel, but at least it opens your eyes and see what you can do, and Excel is a big part of this. So form field name, that's what we want, the short code in advance. So we scroll down, and we're going to go back into the webhook, and I'm going to go, let me bring this out for you. There we go, much better. So there we go. So the name equals form field name, but basically that means whatever the user puts in there is going to be right here. And then we're going to put the and sign, and then email equals, and we're going to do the same thing for email. Let's go into the form fields, click on email. Let's get that short code for email, which is right here. Copy that. And then we're going to scroll down, go back into the webhook. Good. Now we're done. Our webhook is done. Now it's built. We have this part from Zapier. We've just built out this. What it's going to do is this is going to send. It's basically going to send the name and the email to Zapier, and then Zapier is going to send it to right here, to here and here. So that's in our Excel. And then we're going to bring our Google Sheets into Excel. So that's what's going to happen here. We're going to publish that page. So we're done. All right, good. Now we're ready. Now our form's set. And you can add a lot of different looks. You can change the colors and backgrounds and whatever you want, but we're not focused on that. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Now the next step in Zapier, it's going to say make sure you follow it. Test your webhooks by trigger sending us a hook. I need to send this, right? I need to send it. So let's do that. We can do that just by submitting a form. All right, and then I'll type in the email address. Okay, good. Now click send. All right, the form was sent successfully, so we're good with that. Now let's go back into Zapier and we'll take a look. Okay, and the test was successful, so it's now found it. So let's go ahead and continue that. I guess we could view our hook. Let's go back. I want to show you that one more. I want to show you that. I want to view your hook, so let's view it. Name is Randy. The email ID here. Okay, we've got the form name. We didn't give the form a name, which is fine. And then so this is all the information. So the email made it, the name made it, great. So we're good. Okay, let's continue now. And now it says, well, what do you want to do with the second step? Well, I want to put it in Google Sheets. That's what I want to do. So let's go ahead and click Google Sheets. And I want to create a spreadsheet row with this. So we're done with that. Save and continue. Next step is I've already got my Google Sheet set up. If not, you'll want to set it up, but we're good. I've already connected mine. If it doesn't show that, you'll want to just connect yours. It's one extra step to connect your Google Drive. So we're good with that. Now it says, okay, we got to find a spreadsheet. So let's look at it. We've just created two. We have the unsubscribed and we have the subscribed. We're working on the subscribers now. So let's click that. And it's going to be sheet. We only have one sheet, so we'll just connect the first sheet. We don't use multiple sheets. And now it's going to find the two headers. So we only have two headers, so that's fine. And now what we're going to do is we're going to connect Google. We want the name. This is good. This is good. We have a few options. So name is all we want to do is connect the name. And the email, we want to make sure that we connect email here. So that's it. That's all we have to do. All right, so we're set up. We're going to continue that. And we're good. Send the test to Google Sheets. Okay, so let's send that test. Okay, very good. Now let's go ahead and click on the subscribers list, and here is the name and email. Perfect. All right, so we're good with that. Let's go ahead and send one more. Let's go ahead and send Fred at gmail.com. Oh, I think we have to turn on the step. Make sure it's on. Finish. We got to finish and turn it on. One more step. Name your Zap. Okay. Books. Subscribe. All right, and we got to turn it on. That's an important step. We don't want to forget that. All right, and then we can make another Zap. We're going to do that. And now we've got Fred, and now we can send this. So let's go ahead and send it. Okay, the form was sent. Good. And now in just a moment or two, there it is. Now Fred. Okay, so now our subscribe's working great. Now every time someone subscribes, we hit in here. Now I need to get this into Excel. Well, if you'll remember, if you've seen other videos, it's a very easy step. Let's go ahead and show you how we did it. We got to publish this one. So File, Publish to the Web. And then we want a link, and we're going to publish the entire document. Click Publish, and just says yes on sure on OK. Now we've gotten a link. All we're going to do is copy this link to the clipboard. And I've made it easier. Before we had put it in the code in Excel. Now I've put it in the main field here. So I've got a field just for this. Google Sheets subscribe link. Put that right here. Paste that right in here. All right, so now we've got our Google Sheets subscriber link. Now let's do unsubscribe. Now unsubscribe, people are gonna unsubscribe through clicking a link on that, so it's a little bit different. But let's go ahead and show you how we do that. We already have the Google Sheet located on that. Let's go back into Google Drive and pull up the unsubscribe here. Okay, so we're done with this. We don't need to do anything else with that. Here's the unsubscribe. Now we don't have any information in here yet, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and click on File and also Publish. We're going to publish this one too. Click on the Publish, click OK. Copy this link and we'll bring that right back into Excel here in our Google Sheets. Okay, great. So now we have that. All right. The next thing we need to do is we need to build out Zapier webhook for the unsubscribe. So let's go ahead and do that now. Back into Zapier. And here we go. We're gonna create another trigger. We're gonna do the same exact thing for the most part. So let's go ahead and add in a webhook here. Webhook. And we're going to catch a hook again. Save and continue. And we're going to skip this step for the child field. We don't need that. And now we've got a hook. Great. Now we've been assigned. We can copy that to the clipboard. Copy this unsubscribe. And we're going to put that right in the place that we have in our Excel. I'm going to put that right here. Zapier unsubscribe webhook right here. And what this is going to do is going to take this code, right? It's going to combine the user's name and the email address. It's going to create a webhook. So it's going to create a link. And when we create that link, it's going to send it to Zapier once we build out that code. But first we need to send it to them. First we need to send it in order to create a catch-up, because the next step, Zapier needs to look at that and say, okay, what is the hook? So the next step, it's going to look for it, right? So it says make sure you follow the setup instructions below. Okay, we did that. And now we click next. And so now it's going to wait. It's waiting for a hook. So we need to send that hook. So let's go ahead and send it through Excel. Now our code does that already, and I'll walk you through that code. Okay, so now that we got that set up, let's go ahead and click on the Send Campaigns now, and that'll generate our emails, 2 of them. Okay, here they are. Let's go ahead and both are created. Now let's go ahead and scroll down to the unsubscribe link. And I want to go ahead and select on that. Let's go ahead and hover over it and look at it. We've got hooks, Zapier, that's the first part. And then it's got all that code there, and it ends with WLS4W6. That's the Zapier hook we just put in. And also it's got now the question mark name equals Fred, email equals fred@gmail.com. So it's got those on there. So when we click Control click and we click it, it's going to send that to Zapier. Okay, so we're good with that. And now Zapier is ready. Now that we just sent a hook, we can click OK. I did this because we just sent that. And now it's searching for it, and it'll find the information that we just sent. Let's go ahead and look. Fred, just 2 things, Fred and Gmail. Okay, so we're good with that. Let's continue. Now what do we want to do with that? We want to send that to our unsubscribe list on Google Sheets. So Google Sheets again. This time we're going to do the unsubscribe, the one that we've already created, creating a spreadsheet row. We want that. Save and continue. And then we want to select an account, which it's already set up. Continue again. We want to also now select on the workbook when that option appears up. So let's go ahead and click on the right spreadsheet. We want the one that we set up for unsubscribing, books unsubscriber list here. And then again, there's just the 2 fields. We want the sheet 1. There's only 1 sheet. There's only 2 fields, so we have name and email again. So we'll just connect those up by selecting on the right, clicking on the name field. That's right, the Fred. Okay, and the Fred@gmail. Okay, good. Now we'll continue on that. All right, so we're set up. Let's send the test to Google Sheets. Once the test has been sent, we can look at, okay, it's finished. Now let's go to look at our books unsubscribe. Close out of here, and we see that it's been added. Perfect. All right, so we're good with that. Now let's finish up here on Zapier and make sure we turn on, give it a name, and turn on that hook. Unsub hook. Okay, let's call it that. And then turn it on. All right, so now we've got it on. So now we've got our 2 hooks on. Let's go ahead and look at it on our dashboard. Now we've created these two hooks. We've created, let's go ahead and take a look, instant book subscribe, and we've created instant, I've got a few of them, unsubscribe hooks. So these two are both on, we've created. The others I have for my own use. And every time when someone clicks on it, they'll look at that. All right, great. So we are set up with that. We have our two Google Sheets running for us. We've already got them linked to our Excel. We can close this email out. We can close this out. So we've got everything linked up here. We've got all of our links set. We've got our Google Sheets subscriber link. We've got our unsubscriber link to the sheet, and we've got our hook set up. And of course, I'll explain how this works, but I wanted to go over that with you. Now we're good to go. Now let's look in. We have our subscriber. This has already been updated. Our unsubscriber has not, because we haven't run anything yet. As soon as we run it, it's going to update it. So let's go ahead and run our macro again. And it's going to do a few things. It's going to download the XML data, the newest version. It's going to connect to our subscriber database, Google Sheets. It's also going to connect to our unsubscriber database. Then it's going to add a formula, a match formula in. So let's go ahead and take a look at that and see what we did. Now Fred is in our unsubscribe. So when we run it again, send the email campaigns, you'll notice that just one email gets created now. And now just one email gets updated, not the one for Fred, because he's already unsubscribed because we clicked on that. And if we look in our subscriber, we'll see that we have the send emails for Fred is no, and we've used a match formula for that. So let's go ahead and see how we went about and did all this now that we have everything set up. Back into the main sheet we go. And we have just one additional thing. We've added unsubscriber link, so you can see that here. And we've added the link, so let's go into the VBA and see what kind of changes that we made. We had the create emails before, so that's pretty much set up, except this is our main macro, and this is what runs everything. So we have other macros. Now we have 4 other macros. Update XML data, that was there before. That updates our main data where our books are going to come in. We have refresh subscribers, refresh unsubscribers, and update the main subscriber list. So we have those 3 macros that are new, and they're all located in the subscriber connections module. Let's go into that. For our refresh subscribers, it's relatively simple. What we're going to do is we want to first make sure that 07 is not empty. 07 is where we contain our Google Sheets connection string, and that is located in 07. We'll go ahead and show that to you. 07 is where that is located. Also 09 is where our Google Sheets unsubscriber link is, and the Zapier webhook is in 011. So we have those 3 links that we've added. So we always want to make sure that those are accurate and that they are in place. So we want to make sure that that's there. Next up, we want to clear all of the existing contents in sheet 4. Those are our subscribers, because what I want to do is I want to update the list. I want to update our subscribers completely from the subscriber list. So what I want to do is I want to clear B4 to D99. I want to take our list, and then basically we can add a subscriber data in. I've left it out for now, but if that's something you want, it's not necessary for the training, so I want to keep it as simple as possible. So I just left that out for now. B4 to D99, I'm going to clear that out, including the formulas. I don't want to put more formulas here if I don't need them. I only want formulas for the rows that contain data. So we add formulas using the VBA code, which actually creates a faster workbook. So we add those. And so we have our name and email, so we're going to clear all of that out, including the formulas, with that line of code. So the next up, we just want to make sure if there's any connection here that's removed, older connections, we remove them. And then we create a new, we delete also a sub connection if there's a connection like that. Any names, we'll delete those so that multiples don't get created. We're going to create a new connection. And the connection is going to be based on the URL of this sublink. Remember, that is 07. Sublink equals 07. This is our subscriber link for Google Sheets. We're basically just connecting Google Sheets to Excel. And the destination is A1 of sheet 4. Sheet 4 is where our subscriber data is. We have a full subscriber list our subscriber database and our unsubscriber database. The subscriber databases are in sheets 4 and 5. So we're going to bring this in sheets 4, and then there's a bunch of parameters. We give it a name. We want to make sure that we are not refreshing on file open. That's not necessary because we're going to run a macro that does that. We want to make sure that we remove the old data, overwriting cells, refreshing, overwriting cells, and we want to make sure that the background query is false. We don't want a background query. So these are the parameters that you want to make sure that you have. So we've done that, and that's all that is to it. And the same thing with unsubscriber. The only subscriber is 09, and this is 07. So we have a different, obviously a different string for the query, which is the link that you put in for the Google Sheets link. And the same exact thing, except we're working on sheet 5 right now. So everything is the same. Sheet 5. So those two macros are identical. You can study them, but all they do is bring in the data from Google Sheets into Excel. Next up, our third macro is called update main subscriber list. And what I want to do is I want to do this. I want to take all of our subscribers, in this case only 2, and I want to bring them here. I want to bring them right here. And then what I want to do is I want to bring this formula in based on our unsubscribers here. And this formula, what is this formula? We've added a named range. Let's go ahead and click on the name manager. And these connections, don't worry about them. Those get automatically created. We can just delete those. So those are temporary connections. Unsubscriber emails, this is an offset formula. And we're starting out in C4, and we're going however many we need, it'll grow. So when we add another 2, the range increases. Let's go ahead and look at that under Name Manager. And when we tab over, we see now it's increased to 3 different rows. So it increases as we add data. And it's called unsub emails. That is the name range that I've given to those. We can remove these for now. Then what we'll do is we're going to add in this formula right here. Basically what we're going to say is we're going to look for a match. We're running a match, C3. We're going to look, is it part of the unsubscribed emails? If this is an error, that means it's not found, right? And if it's not found, then we should send the emails. If they haven't added their email to the unsubscribed list, then there is going to be an error because it's not found, so it should be yes. However, if there's no error, that means the match was found, and then the send email should be no. So this is the formula that tells us whether this email exists in this list here. So we use the match for that. So we add in this formula using VBA, and we'll go over that right now. So the first thing we want to do is with sheet 4, we want to find the last row of the subscribers. Sheet 4 is our subscriber database. I need to know the last row. In this case, B and all the way down. So in this case, the last row is 5. So we need to know that. So next up, once we have that last row, we want to clear in sheet 3, we want to clear all of the subscribers. We went that just a moment ago. Then I want to say B3 over to C and the last row -1. Why -1 again? Let's go ahead and take a look at that because our rows start here on 4. Our subscriber starts here on 4. Our subscribers start row on 3. So it's going to be the last row -1. They start at different rows. So we need to subtract 1. So sheet 3, B3, that's the starting place. And C, B is the name, C is the email. And the last row -1 equals sheet 4 equals this is B4, C in the last row. So that's how we copy over all the names and emails. Next up, I just want to add the formula D3 and the D formula. When we make it formula, then automatically C3 will grow to C4, C5 within the formula. And this is the formula. Now look at this. You see character 34. Well, what is that? That is the quotation marks. We can't add quote marks in VBA, but we can add, when we do add quote marks, they're the end of the string. So if we want the quotations actually in the formula itself, we need to have character 34. That'll add the quotation marks directly in the formula. So that's why we've seen it multiple times here. And this is basically this formula, the same formula that we put in that I just showed you. So that is this formula right here, because this formula contains quotation marks. So we can't use those in VBA because it'll be the end of a string or the beginning of a string, but we can use character 34, which will actually place the quotation marks directly in the formula, which is going to be helpful for us. So that is how we do it. Now we've got that. All right, we're good to go with that. So that is how, that's very, very simple as far as VBA. And then we want to calculate just to make sure. So we run those 3 macros, the ones that I just showed you in the email. So first we run the data, which we saw already on the previous. Then we run refresh subscribers. Then we run refresh unsubscribers. Then we update the main list of subscribers. And then we go through our email, which hasn't changed, except we've added the unsubscriber link. And what is that? Well, I've added an unsubscriber link, and that is basically this href, which means link, which is a link. And that means, what is the link? Quotation marks again. Sheet 1011. That is the first part of our webhook. Remember, our webhook is an 011 for our unsubscriber. We put it there. Then we have the question mark name equals the subscriber name. Then, and remember, and's part of that, email, and the subject, email, and quotation marks. And then this adds that quote. And then unsubscribe is the text. This is an HTML, href link. So that is the unsubscribe. And what is this? What is all this? Let me show you once again so you know what that looks like. And it's right here. When we highlight over it, it builds that link right there, HTTPS. That entire link is built right on that. And this one, so that is how we do that. And let's go ahead and take a look, one more look at it, and then we'll click on the unsubscribe and see how that applies to it. Back into the main sheet here. Let's go ahead and click send campaign one more time. It'll create one email because we only have one email. The other one is unsubscribed. All right, and here's the email, and we'll go ahead and here it's only one to Randy, right? And if we want to unsubscribe, let's go ahead and click on that. There we go. It sends up. It sends it to Zapier, which gives us this success code. So now it's sent to Zapier. Let's look in the unsubscribe, and there it is. Now we have it here, and now it's going to come into Excel. So that is how that works. That's how we assign unsubscribe. Now, what if we wanted to do it on Google Forms? We could do that just as easily. We could create it. If you don't have a WordPress site, we can do that with Google Forms. Let's go ahead and take a look at how we would go about doing that. All right, let's go ahead and go into our main dashboard here. We're done with that. Into our Google Sheets. We can go into our Drive here. When you have your Google Drive, click on New, and then we'll go ahead and click on More and click on Google Forms. And we'll go ahead and get a new form. We'll call it, give it a form name, Book Subscribe. And then we don't need to, we'll go ahead and change this question. We don't want a multiple choice. Short answer should be fine. And let's go ahead and put an email address there. Enable collecting email. Okay, we'll go with that. And then we'll want one more name. So let's go ahead and add a field there and make that as well a short answer and just put in name. Okay, so now we have name and email address. We are good to go. And we can make that required if we want to. And then we click on the responses and we click on a Google spreadsheet and create a new spreadsheet, or we can select an existing spreadsheet if you have one already. If we clicked on a new one, let's just go ahead and click create, and that's going to create a spreadsheet, and we would just go about doing the same exact thing here if you have a timestamp. So you would just go ahead and click into File, Spreadsheet Settings, and go into Publish to Web, and the same thing, publish, and then grab the link and paste that into Excel. So that's how we would use Google Forms if we wanted to collect names and email address with Google Forms, and then you would just simply send this out to people, whoever you wanted to. You can click on email addresses, or you can send them links. So Google Forms is also a great way if you don't have a WordPress. So there's a few ways to do it, but basically this is a really great feature. It kind of runs all by itself, and I'm really happy to get you the Set It and Forget It Part 2. I hope you'll use this and you can create as many as you want. Please do share this with a friend or share this with coworkers or anybody you would like. I appreciate that. Also, don't forget to like and check out and subscribe to my YouTube video. Thank you so much. Have a great one.